Hello, good morning. I'm Alessandro Rocca, Sales Engineering Director of Cama Group. I'm here today to present this flexible line for secondary and tertiary packaging. This line is receiving 200 pouches per minute in 4 lanes, and our IG270 is able to mix the 4 lines into one single lane. As soon as we have the single lane, the flow proceeds to the IF296 case packer, where our robots are able to pick and place the pouches into a box. The box is previously formed by our forming machine. As soon as the robots complete the collation of the boxes, we have a robot that is able to close the boxes to create different kind of packaging. We can create 2x4, 2x8, 3x4. We are very flexible in creating a box. As soon as the box is closed and completed, the flow proceeds towards our FW748 Wraparound case packer. This Wraparound case packer has a flexible infeed that is able to orient the boxes both standing and on edge by means of a star wheel and pins and a twisting system. The final result is a shipping case where we have products placed standing, on edge or flat. Depends by the customer request. On this IG270 we are receiving 4 rows of pillow packs products, mono flavor, and our 3 robots IG system has the task to pick, rotate 180 degrees and place the products onto a single lane conveyor that goes then up to case packer. We are receiving different SKUs. Production always mono flavor, and based on the product we may have a speed between 130 and 200. Our 3 Delta robots, by means of a linear vision system, are able to recognize the product position, orientate in the right path, and position it in the right orientation towards the case packer. Cama FA24 forming machine, in this case single head execution. This machine can do up to 40 boxes per minute with the single head, and is able to form, in this case, 3 flat boxes in both cardboard and corrugated material. Cardboard boxes, 2 flap external, single flap internal in this case. Another cardboard version, same concept but clearly higher. Or very wide and big shipper cases in corrugated material, B-flute. So this machine is really flexible in forming any kind of material and any kind of dimension, because this is very big compared to the previous ones. After the forming machine, we have here this monoblock IF315, which in this case is only 2 function because the forming machine is decoupled for layout purposes. Here we have the infeed of the boxes, where we receive by means of this conveyor from our forming machine. We have a phasing device that is able to singulate each box and put it inside the unit. Here, as all Cama machine has, there is this tunnel which is able to put the machine in compliance with the safety regulation of any country, in order that nobody can step into the machine or reach any dangerous point with the hand or the finger. In this specific project we were able to use the same type of pocket for all the SKU. So we receive all the product by means of the blue acceleration belts. Those are able to singulate the products and put them into the special pockets. These pockets are designed for receiving with the same one 4 or 5 different kind of product in terms of dimension. So once we have the products in our mono-axis conveyor, the 2 Delta robots are able to pick 100 products each robot, so total 200, and deposit them into the boxes previously faced by our device into the unit. We are able to complete then the case collation with multiple configuration, multiple layers. And once the box is filled, we can pass on to a third section, which is the closing unit. Of course, having different and multiple configuration to be loaded, we have different robot heads, and those are really easily interchangeable. I'll show you how. This is the spare robot head. That is, the operation you need to do is just release the pneumatic piping and the mechanical device, connect the new piping, and by means of the RFID system here, you are sure that you have installed the right SKU for the right product. Here we are in the closing section of the monoblock. We have our robot MN530 that is able to close the two external flap and one inner flap box. Also, we have a special device before the robot that is able to close the inner flap, and the robot can complete the operation outfeeding the boxes from the unit. Once the box is outfeeded, we control any open flap with by means of photocells, and we have the roller rejection in case we have an open one. Otherwise, the boxes will proceed towards the case packer. Before arriving to the case packer, we have this turning wheel that is able to rotate 180 degrees some kind of SKUs. If the SKU does not require the 180 rotation, we can lift up the star wheel and proceed without any kind of operation toward the case packer. In case the star wheel is not operating, this device will place the cartons on edge at the case packer infeed. So we have again flexibility in orienting the carton once needed. So here we are in the case packer area where we have our FW748, our top seller in case packing. In this case, we have a loader that receives the cartons either flat or on edge in accumulation. Once the collation is ready, a pusher will transfer all the collation directly in the case. The speed of this case packer is 5 cases per minute. The case packer works as follows. So we have a magazine where we have big blanks that can be positioned into the 4 chains facing unit. So the first pitch is to position the case. Then we've got the second pitch that is foreseen for the product insertion. There is the third pitch where we lower the flap and we spray the glue. For finally come to the fourth pitch where we close the case with our closing head. Once we receive from the secondary packaging machine a corrugated cases that is not going into the tertiary case, we can bypass them and go directly to the palletizing unit. Here you can see the space foreseen to install also a conveyor coming from the customer that goes directly to the palletizing unit. Once the box is closed and we have outfit it, we have the open flap rejection system that is able to reject any kind of open flap or let the cases proceed towards the palletizing unit. I just want to highlight that this line is very complete and flexible. It's a real kind of turkey line where we are able to condition the products, do the secondary packaging, and do the tertiary packaging. Eventually also bypassing the cases from the case packer directly towards the palletizing unit.